Okay, we do. Alrighty. So, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Mission Moonshot livestream, where today we are building the Saturn V Apollo vehicle. We're also going to build the Saturn 1B, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Let's just get into it. We got the Apollo capsule here. We also have the ascent stage there. We'll get to him later. But yeah, let's build the Apollo spacecraft first. So we got the capsule here. And basically, building this is just going to be basically a bit of a Lego set. You're right. Like, we got to find all the pieces and put them together. So I know we need a heat shield. So we got to find the Apollo heat shield in here somewhere. There you go. Apollo command module heat shield. Chuck that on the bottom. Ooh, recolor. Ooh, fancy. So wait, that's the shiny one. No, that's the shiny one. That's the other shiny one. The modern one. The modern recolor. The toasted. The white. The boilerplate. Boilerplate recolor. Skylab. Skylab toasted. I guess we'll just go with the default. The default's fine. Right? Right, default's fine. For that. Man, lots of chat. Glad you're streaming on YouTube, not Twitch. Yeah, I don't really yeah. I've never really been on Twitch, so been on YouTube basically my whole life, watching videos and then also making videos. So yeah, YouTube's good. I like YouTube. Anyway, let's see what else we can put on here. So yeah, probably, yeah, there we go, the decoupler. Apollo Command Service Module decoupler. So where does this go? Probably right there, because that's like where the umbilical is, so that just plugs right into there. Nice. Alright, we're making progress. Okay, what else we got? Docking system. Apollo docking mechanism probe. This is the probe of the Apollo docking mechanism. Okay. Apollo docking mechanism drogue. I'm pretty sure the probe was on the capsule, if I'm correct. And the drogue was on the lander. These are depreciated parts of the same variety. Alrighty. Yeah, so just that. And then, let's see. We'll just go through the list. So, structural. Alrighty, here we go. So yeah, we have the command module forward heat shield. We'll put that on in a second. We have another step to put on before that. KSP is hard. No, this is real solar system, realism overhaul. So it's basically KSP on hard mode. Yeah, and we also have the option too. Actually, yeah, I think for this version we'll get rid of the docking mechanism and we'll just have the nose cone, because this is like the version that didn't dock for like the initial tests. And we're going to build the Saturn 1B first. This is the Saturn 1B version of the Apollo capsule. So yeah, we just got the nose cone, and then we got the fairing. But then we also have the parachutes. Being very important to have the parachutes. So we have the main parachutes, which go right there. And then we have the drogue parachutes, which go right there. So that's all our parachutes. And then we can shove that on the front. Oh, probably not like that. Probably not like that. Let's remove that, and then put that on there. There we go. And then we put that on that. There we go. Look at that. That looks like Apollo. That looks like an Apollo space capsule. That looks like Apollo. Apollo. Alright, I think that's everything for Apollo. At least in this stage. Coupling. No. Structural. Yeah, we got all that. Or any aerodynamic things they have to add? You got nose cones and stuff. Payload. There's probably the... Oh, no, we don't have the LES cover. I guess we worry about that later. Maybe that's somewhere else. Okay, utility. There we go. So we want the... That's parachute. Docking spotlight, EVA spotlight. Oh, fancy. Gemini things. There, launch escape system Apollo. So this goes... Not there, it goes on top of the shroud that goes on top of the thing, which I don't know where the shroud is. There's this shroud, which I guess works. It says depreciated, so I don't think this is the one we're supposed to use. Yeah, definitely not, because that doesn't line up with that. So we'll find the right one that works. Oh, and I took the nose cone with it. Hey, can I have my nose cone back, please? Can I have the... I want my nose cone back. I want... No, it's still my nose cone. Gosh darn it. Don't you hate it when the thing just steals your nose cone? Don't you absolutely just hate it when that happens? Worst day. Okay, where's all the bits? Where's all the other little bits and pieces that we want? There's so much depreciated stuff that I wish it wasn't depreciated so I could actually tell what it was. There we go. Okay, nose cone. Alright, where's this command and service module? Let's just get to it. Where's the actual service module? Fuel tanks? Probably fuel tank. Yeah, there it is. Apollo service module. Okay. Bam. Look at that. Now, is that on the right way? I think so. If anybody knows more about Apollo, I feel scammed. Who's not building a real Apollo? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is a video game. Yeah, I think that's on roughly how the real thing's supposed to be on. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. Does that seem right? I'm gonna go with it's right. I don't know. I don't know enough to know if it's wrong. Yeah, I literally don't know enough to know if this is wrong. So we're just gonna go with it. What else we got? Atlas tank, skirt section. The D2 service module. We also have the Saturn V tanks, which we will get to. Just give me a minute. There we go. So there's our engine that we need. I think we need to go to structural. And we have, yeah, the engine mount. So we got the engine mount there. And then the engine goes on the back of that. Like so. There you go. There it is. There's your Apollo spacecraft, pretty much good and stuff. It's pretty good and stuff. And now we just got to add the little bits to it. The other little bits. We'll add the other little bits. So, we have RCS. So RCS. And I'm pretty sure these go right here where we have these little little symbols there. So you have those little spots there. That's where the RCS thrusters go. It doesn't seem like... Maybe this would be rotated. I feel like this should be rotated like maybe about to like there. Just because it feels wrong to have the crew right beside a RCS thruster and have RCS thrusters right behind this thing. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, like that. We're gonna go with that. I could be wrong. That could be wrong, but we're gonna go with that. I think that's enough for RCS. Let's see, any structural bits are missing? I mean, we got that goes on later. Ugh. Yeah, docking wasn't planned until block 2, so we don't have to worry about docking. Apollo lunar module decoupler. Oh, that's for the lunar module. Okay. Okay, none of that stuff we need. Payload. Again, I don't think any of this is stuff that we need. No, we can just move on. Aerodynamics. There we go. Oh, this is probably where the cover is. Probably. We got the D-tube cover here. MK2 pod cover, nose cone. At least I would think it would be in here. No. No. Okay. Ground. No, this thing doesn't go on the ground. We already got the heat shield. Electrical. It's already got fuel cells, probably already on board, so I don't think we need to worry about that. There we go. Antennas. Definitely want antennas. So we have the high green antenna attached to the node of the service module engine mount. So that goes right there. Oh, no, that goes... You go right there, good sir. Right there. Right there. There you go. We can deploy you. And there we go. We got our little antenna there. It's always nice. And then we have... There's another antenna too, I think. Apollo high gain. There was like a low gain antenna too. Science? Oh my goodness. So we can load up the this little sim bay. Yeah, we can open this up. How do we get in here? Shroud. There we go. So yeah, we can open this up and we can shove this full of science. So we got a quadrupole sensor, we can shove that in there. Just all kinds of fun sciencey things go in there, probably. Look at all the fun sciencey things that we can just shove in the fun sciencey compartment. Can you save funds by putting parachutes on the Saturn first stage? We could try. We could try and recover the first stage of the Saturn V. That might be a time. That might be a time. By the way, I did forget to mention that if you are on my Discord server, I am currently in the chat, so we can talk live if you want. That is an option for those who are on my Discord server. But if you're not, that's fine. We can still just talk in the chat. It's all good. I'll worry about this later, shoving this place full of science kit. But yeah, we could definitely shove science kit in there. It's probably going to be a little bit finicky. Utility? Yeah, here we go. EVA spotlight. Attached to the Apollo service module decoupler. So I think that'd be about here. I don't need 4 of them. Here, this is the service module decoupler. I don't see exactly where this goes, except for maybe... I mean, it says light right there. So maybe it goes right there? Oh, then again, that's really close to the thing. And it probably goes on the other way, if I were to guess. Or maybe I put the thing on the wrong way? Oh no, there's a light too. There's a little light. Oh, that's not a light symbol. That's a... is that a light? I don't know anymore where the light goes. Maybe we look up a reference image finally. Okay, Apollo CSM. Let's take a look-see. Okay. So wait, this is interesting. So it actually goes on like that. And one of the RCS thrusters is literally directly below the crew, like that. Okay, and then this goes on a bit more like this, I think? Because the antenna is aiming out this way in this image. Yeah, I think that's about right, actually. If this image is anything to go off of. Oh, well, here's a real image. Okay. Okay, so now in the real image, this bay, this access bay, is literally right below the door. I guess that makes sense, because the crew wants to be able to get to that. So you probably have ladders here, so the crew can get to that bay, run science. That's right below the door. Okay, so I think like that is good. Yeah, so that's like that, and then that's like right there. Okay, so we're looking at it probably from this angle. Okay, I think that is accurate. So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but looking at the images, this looks accurate. Okay. Yep, and it makes sense that the EVA spotlight goes right about here. The EVA spotlight goes right about here, where this little light symbol is. Just gonna offset it a little bit. Oh, I didn't want to snap it. I said I don't want to snap it. It's very small and flimsy. I really do not want to snap it. I also don't want to drop it. It's not an oxygen tank, but yeah, we don't want to be dropping those either. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think that looks good. So yeah, you extend that now, lights on, and yeah, it shines onto the door, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, lights off. And then we have the other light. Yeah, the Apollo Scimitar antenna. Provide chip-to-chip comms, backup for the main high gain. Place 2 on opposite sides of the SM and LM. So this goes here. CSM, LM, boilerplate. Okay, so CSM, select style. Right, yeah, cancel. So this is communication. Is it extend? Does it do antenna-y things? I'm not sure. Yeah, where did that go? Oh, I see where it is. Okay. So it's from the bay. It's down over here. Aha, yeah, right here. Right there. That's where that goes. Okay. Yeah, at least everything's like marked out roughly where it should go. It's this rotation you kind of got to be mindful of. But that's fine. We figured it out. We got the Apollo docking spotlight. That probably goes here, if I were to guess. Yeah, that makes sense. So that shines over there to the docking. So we can close that. Alright. Alright. So we got our scimitar antenna. We got our parachutes. We got our things. Docking for 0.25. Any of these like Apollo ladders? Probably not. Let's see. Which ones? Probably these ones be good? Not sure. Do I want those ladders? I don't think we really need ladders. Yeah, I think we're fine. Oh wait, hold on. I just saw this in the image. So this light is actually lined up with that. There we go. And you can see those lines actually kind of line up there. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, let's see the lines actually line up. That's how it actually go. And yeah, the thruster's right there. Neato. But then how does this get lined up? Can we figure out where this gets lined up to? I found a different image. I'm looking at actual images of it in space, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. That seems about right, actually, for the engine should be, and how it's rotated. I don't see anything too wrong with that in its positioning currently. So I think we're good there. Yeah, it's got one of these ports below this kind of white structure, about that angle from that, on both sides. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, the way that's positioned. Okay, yeah, all that makes sense the way it's positioned. Just don't EVA into the thruster. Which, yeah, on the real one, it does look like that would be a possibility, that you would just EVA straight into the thruster. Which, you know, good design, NASA. Good design. And put our air brakes probe core on second stage. We're gonna make a fully reusable Saturn V. That sounds lovely. Alright. So let's see so I think that's good for Apollo. So I'm gonna Apollo. I'm gonna have Apollo and just save that. Alright, and I guess we can now start building the Saturn 1B. Make sure I mentioned we got the EVA spotlight, we got the docking spotlight, we got the parachutes, and the other bits. I'm not sure if we need to put fuel cells in here. We might need to put like fuel cells in here, but I'll figure that out later. That'll all just be sealed up anyway. We're just going through one more time. We don't need solar panels. I think I didn't use solar panels. Don't need antennas. We already got plenty of antennas. I'm just wondering if there is like a cover for the spacecraft, or if I need to put like fairings over it. I'm not sure. It didn't say. Apollo Lunar Module Experiment Stowage Assembly. Okay. D2 Interstage. If there's anything, it'd probably be in here. Depreciated, depreciated, depreciated. This is all just lunar module stuff. Agena. Which, yeah, we'll do the lunar module after I build the S1B. Thanks for the descent stage. Look, there's the old thing. It's kind of neat. It's like all one piece. But yeah, now they want you to use the 3 different pieces, which is neat. This is how the mods developed over the years. All right. Well, there we go. I say that's pretty good for our Apollo. So yeah, let's get on to the Saturn 1B. The Saturn 1B. Images. Okay. So first off, we have the fairings. Fairing deployment. 1B. I guess payload adapter? No, I want interstage. We want the interstage ring. Interstage fairing adapter. Oh, thank you. Okay, so size. So what were the dimensions? Okay, here we go. That is such a grainy image, I can't read that. Can't read that either. Can I find a dimension image that's not like 2 pixels? That would be great. I would love to actually be able to read the dimensions. Ooh. That's fun. Saturn 1B with solid rocket boosters. Yeah, no, I need dimensions. No, I went too far back. Saturn 1B dimensions. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So diameter was 6.61 meters. So base size 6.61. So that's going to be the size of that. And then let's add some height to it. There we go, some extra height. And then top, this is going to be the width of this command service module. There we go. So that looks pretty good there as our like inner stage adapter section. So let's get the fairings on there. Procedural fairings, obviously 4 fairings. And we're obviously not doing them like that. There we go. That's not set preset egg, cone, probably cone delta, unless there's like a Saturn V one. Nope, probably just cone then. Yep, conic. Conic. Density, we don't need them to be dense at all. Toggle open closed. Let's see. Well, we're gonna get rid of that radius. Fairing open, closed. Fairing nodes 4, okay. I don't think we have like folding fairings like the Saturn V did, or the Saturn 1B and Saturn V did, unfortunately, on the S4B. These just deploy. So that's a little stinky. But I think we'll be fine. There we go, look at that. That's perfect. Oh, I gotta retract that antenna. Get in there. Okay, so there we go. So that's open. So you get the antenna nice and tucked away in there, not getting touched, and then boop, we tuck it away in there. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. Oh, we can go ahead and close the side door there. That's fine. All right. There we go. How do you make a decently balanced SSTO? I haven't messed around with SSTOs in a while because I've been doing this, which is not really easy to do SSTOs in real solar systems, so yeah. Okay, so how tall... Oh, there we go. It tells me the dimensions of all the stages. Okay. So the S4B... So fuel tanks. We'll grab one of these tanks. I think that used isogrid tanks, if I'm correct. I don't think... Saturn V... This one wasn't balloon tank. But I'm pretty sure it was isogrid. So that's fine. We'll go, again, 6 meter. 6.53 meter. And then 17.81 meters tall. There we go. So there's our S4B stage. It looks a bit taller than it's supposed to be. Because it's probably including the height of the engine as well. Right, okay. So, let's see. Mount, flat, inset, flat 2. Yes, that's the mount we go with. Now, let's, we should have an S4B mount. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to make the length a bit shorter. About to where I think it's probably right. So probably right about there, I would guess. And then we have the J2, which gives it the rest of its height. Probably. Speaking of the J2, let's go and find him. Where's that funny little J2? Where is he? Where is he hiding? That's not a J2. You're not the J2. You're not the J2. You're the J2. Get over here. Alright. Look at that. Look at that. That's almost a rocket. Oh yeah, it had USA written on the side. Because America. Nose flat. Carlox. Hydrolox. Yeah, you want Hydrolox. And then... Okay, S1S. Probably that one, and then... I have no idea. I have no idea which one I'm supposed to do. Let's just get the dimensions right, first off. I guess we can use this as a measuring stick. Wait, we don't need 4 measuring sticks. One measuring stick is good enough. So I'm going to make a tank, service module, make it the proper length. For the S4B. Which is about 17.81 meters. And in feet, that is 58 feet. I'm just using meters because that's what this game uses. So you get 17.8 meters. We can go ahead and offset that down. I think the S4B probably starts around there. So yeah, we can extend this to be about yay long. Is that if we feeling that? That feels about right. Maybe 1 click shorter. So 11 meters long for the main tank, and then the engine it just so happens to be a little bit excited. There we go. Alright, and I think this literally needs to be all white. So not sure what I will color it. I guess that works. It's kind of more textured than I would want, but I guess that's fine. And then we can add the USA stickers to it. Structure. Text. Oh my goodness, text. It's text. I want bigger. Do I need... No, text. We want text. Set text. US8. I think US Air Force. Vertical. There we go. USA. Make it big. Make it real big. Yeah, now that tank's not working. We have one that's literally just white. I don't need anything with all those fancy colors on it. I just want a standard white setting. This one is too. So many options, but I don't care about any of them. Cryo. Oh, there we go. Cryos. No, not cryosolution. Foam. No, I don't want foam with gold or silver. Put it at 1.25. No. Get rid of the lines. I don't want the lines. I guess the lines are fine. You know what? The lines can go to, yeah, 0.8. Sure. That's fine. We'll go with that. USA. Gotta make it red. Set fill color red. There we go. Bam. Whoa. I was so excited with my USA decal, I completely broke the game. Why does it have the cut down the middle? That's not right. Why is it like, oh yeah, because it's, do I need to, I probably need to, yeah, I need to pull it up a little bit. There we go, okay. That looks pretty good, actually. That looks pretty good, and these lines at the bottom, I think, will connect to the lower stage, so it'll probably look fine. Alright, let's get the lower stage. Which is going to be the hard part for the S4B, which we'll go ahead and, or the Saturn 1B. There. Yeah, it's going to be just a bit tricky. So coupling, payload, inner stage ring. So we're going to put an inner stage ring here. Gonna get rid of the height. We don't want the height. Base size, gonna make that 6 point, whatever this side is, 0.53. And then extra height. And then make the top the same. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okie doke. Procedural fairing. Bam. Oh, look at that. That looks so clean. That looks so clean. But yeah, and then we want a different color. So we'll go conic, black arrow, atlas, angara. We don't want any of these. Gray and orange, dark. Where's the stripey? Saturn stringer? I guess that works. Saturn stringer. Yeah, Saturn stringer. Alright. There we go. So now if I... No. Rotate. Get rotated. Not like that. Okay. No, get rotated around that axis. I guess that looks fine. We do have this kind of annoying bit there. Can we... Is it possible to cover that up with some extra height? I think so. Oh no, it just weirdly covers it up. Huh. And we can do that. It's kind of a little bit ugly. But I guess not horrible. Looks good from a distance, I guess. Looking like the Saturn 1B. We're going to make it a bit taller. Alright. Yeah, I guess that works. I wonder, do we have... like Saturn... Well, we have the Katniss parts pack. Does this... I mean, this is just... Does this come with all... Oh, this comes with all the things. I should have just been using this. Okay. We'll save our USA stickers, but I'm removing those. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll just use this. This makes life easy. So we'll just select S4. And then what? Diameter 6? 6.5? 6.53. Yep. Yep, there you go. There's your tank. Okay, there we go. Do we have a, okay, nose, none. No, we don't want that. Core, S4B. Core texture, default. Recolor. Okay, probably want recolor. They can open the recoloring GUI and just make it white. Just make it white. Pure white. Select, select, select. Close. Okay, and then we can put USA on it. Maybe scale this down a little bit. Oh, wait. Default. It's fine. Core S4B. S4B 200? Is that the... Oh, I guess that's the... What's the S4B 200? Is that the one... Is that the one on the 1B? Is that S4B 200? We don't need a nose. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. Sure. And do we shove little thrusters in the little holes? We got little thruster holes? Little holes for little thrusters? I could shove some little thrusters in there. Let's see what we got. What we got? Little separation motors. But yeah, something a bit more beefy. Oh, there's our launch escape systems. Okay, they're considered an engine. Okay, there's our launch escape system. I guess we can put that on top while we're here. There's our launch escape system we're supposed to use. It was in the engines. I guess that makes sense. It is technically an engine. Oh, let's just disable the VAB so we can get up here. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is already coming together and looking like rocket. This is already looking like rocket. Yes, it looks like rocket. Okay. J2. Oh, J2, J2, where have you gone? There it is. Oh yeah, we can line that up. Oh yeah, see, this is so much better. Oh, J2. Because I don't have to worry about colors being all jank. There we go. And those pipes line up. Beautiful. And what's this? What's this little, like, booster thing? Is that? Let's just hang in there. It's just floating there. Is that something I gotta worry about? I'm not sure. Okay. Fuel tanks. Engines. Where art they engines? There I go. So the spin motors. Those are pretty small too. I'm looking for some somewhat beefy SRBs to put in here, but like not so beefy they're gonna give us like a brain damage. Cause yeah, do you put big SRBs in there, they might do that. We got abort motors. We got little baby Sergeant SRBs. Those might actually work. Those seem like the perfect size, actually. Yeah, little baby Sergeants. Yeah, I think we'll use them. Because they seem like the perfect size. So we'll go ahead and chuck those in there. Just slide them on in there. There we go. Nobody needs to know. They're just little baby Sergeants in there. Oh, it's only 3. Oh yeah, it's 3-way symmetry. My bad. Uh-oh. Three-way symmetry. Okay, and then... Oh. Snap. Okay, I think if we do this... We can rotate them, get them the correct angle. There we go. And slide them in. Slide them in like so. Perfect. I think that's pretty much perfect. Baby Sergeants. And yeah, get the new variant. Sure. GPL variant. Why not? And then that. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But maybe we can make it something interesting. We could put like a, you know, like these. Looks kind of like those. Maybe a little bit. Just look like a little spin motor. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. Okay. Let's go to the next stage, though. So, payload. Yeah, now we can put on the other things and they'll look fine. Yeah, interstage ring. Put that on. Oh, no, not like that. We're not attaching that to that section. Base size. 6.53. Height. probably not 6.53. Top is 6.53. Oh dear. Okay. And height is however high that is. Okay, let's put the fairings on. Fairings. That's a bit big. Yeah, it's a little bit big. And it needs to be like rotated a little bit. Oh, extra radius. Yeah, crank that down. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, no extra radius for you guys. There you go. That looks pretty perfect. Actually, I might actually make this a little bit smaller. So maybe 6.252. Just so the textures kind of meld in and you don't get any like lips there. Yeah, that looks perfect. That looks great. Yeah, this is looking... I mean, at this point, it looks like the top of the Saturn V. Like... Oh yeah, let's get our USA tags back. There we go. Now it looks like the top of the Saturn V. Oh, what in the world? What did I do there? I messed up my USA stickers. What in the world did I do? There we go. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it. Okay, so below here, we had... I'm not sure... I'm going to say that's a structural piece. I'm going to put a structural piece here. Structural. Just structural tank. Because this is where something's interesting about the Saturn 1B. So in order to save money, the Saturn 1B actually reused redstone tanks. Surprisingly. Oh, and I just realized too, I need to take that off there because we need to put the avionics up here. Right, I completely forgot about the avionics. So yeah, avionics go right there. And that's going to be avionics for the whole thing. 6.53, yep. There we go, 6.53. Click it in. There we go, that'll look good. And then we got this, and then we will have the redstone tanks. So I'm going to save this. And I'm going to open the old redstone that I made back in ancient times. There we go. So we got our redstone. And we can look at that size difference. Look at that size difference. Okay, so we're just gonna casually steal your tank, Mr. Redstone Rocket. Or at least steal the diameter. So the... Oh, no. Okay, so the diameter... Okay, so I'm using a cylinder. So the outer diameter is 1.9. Okay, it's basically 2-meter tanks. And 7.5 long. Okay. And I think it used a decent amount of them. So let's put, I think, 8-way symmetry would be good. Yeah, I think 8-way symmetry will be good. Crank these to diameter 2, basically, 1.9. And then the length, 7.5. 17.5. 17.5. I think, I don't know, it seems a bit longer. Why does that 17.5? Oh, I guess because there's different sections here? No, there isn't. It's all the same tank, 17.5 all the way down. Why does that look so... Oh, because it's literally... Why does it look so much shorter? I don't know, maybe because it's all the way in the rocket. There we go. There we go. So that's basically our bottom of our Saturn. And the cool thing is, because we've already built this, these tanks cost us less money. Because we've already built redstone tanks. And launched redstones. That was ages ago. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Makes the Saturn 1B actually worth building. So there we go. And then I believe these tanks surrounded another, like, bigger rocket tank. I think it was a Jupiter tank? Yeah, it had a diameter of 2 meters. 2.67. So yeah, that would go right in the middle. Right in the middle, and it had a diameter of 2.67. There we go. Look at that. Ain't that a fun history lesson? Alright, and now we can just recolor these. Okay. Wait. Recolor it white. Okay. And then these tanks went... Oh, they all went. I guess I need to remove a couple from symmetry. Yeah, remove you. Remove you. Remove you. And remove you. Because you guys all need to be white paint. Oh wow, that worked very well. Wow, I'm surprised at how well that worked. Oh, right, I forgot that doesn't work when you have that menu open. For some reason. Okay, and then below these tanks, we had not just USA. We had the entire United States written out. There we go. Oh, I don't need that to be set to 4 times anymore. Yeah, because it's just the one logo on every side of the tank. Okay. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Except it had a white background. Can I change the background? Set outline color. No. Fill enabled. Fill disabled. Huh. No, apparently I can't. Depth opacity. Cutoff. Oh, there we go. Just lower the cutoff to absolutely nothing. There we go. Fill enabled red. Wait, no. Fill white, outline red. There we go. Perfect. That literally portrays it exactly how it's written on the rocket. And just increase the outline width, or decreasing it makes it fuzzy letters. Okay. Yeah, and outline color. Outline color is white and fill color is red. Okay. Sure, that works. That looks good. Do you think you can build a rocket of launching every major space mission payload at once? Probably not in this game, in this series. KSP would be a lot easier. Default KSP would be a lot easier. Unless you mean every... Yeah. And also, there's quite a few major space missions. So that seems like maybe you'd have Voyager. Like you'd have Voyager, and then you'd also have to have a lot of the crewed missions, and then the rovers. There's a lot of major space missions, so I don't know if you could do them all at once. That'd be quite the challenge. Alrighty, those all seem level. I think they're close enough. Perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and do the bottom now. I guess I can go ahead and get rid of that. Don't need it. Don't care, don't need it. Oh, that is a little funny. Are those all? No, you're centered. You're centered. You're wonk. You're wonk. Okay. There we go. Click. Click. Fixed. Sorted. Alright, let's take a look at the bottom of the rocket. What do we got at the bottom of the rocket? Lots of fins. Quite a few fins. Okay. Yeah, probably 8 H1 engines. Okay. Alright. So can we reuse this little structural piece I made? Probably. Just get rid of the tanks. Yeah, so we'll do that. There we go. Okay. Ah. So we need structural. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna make a bit of a cone because it has a bit of a cone. So cone top. Let's make it the same size as that one tank there. So like the 2.6, whatever size, and then the bottom will be full size. And then we'll make it decently tall. Actually, let's not make it a cone. Let's make it a smooth cone. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, something like that. Because we paint this white. And then offset it into the bottom to kind of get that same design that we got around the bottom of the tanks. Kind of like that. If you look at the real Saturn 1B, you will see it kind of has that around the bottom of the tanks. The top of the tanks don't have it, but the bottom of the tanks do have this shroud, I guess. It's like aerodynamics, if I were to guess. And then what's probably an engine shroud, and then a bunch of freaking fins. So you could use like tail fins. There's probably some better fins. Maybe these winglets. Could we use these winglets? I think these winglets might be alright. We probably just want... I mean, we could use procedural wings. Again, I mean, probably procedural wings work the best because we don't really need them to have control surfaces. They're just for stability. So we can go ahead and go into 8-way symmetry. and chuck in all these wonderful wings. There we go. Go ahead and get these shaped correctly. I'm going to remove that actually because I think the engines go right there and we just put a shroud around them. I'm not sure, but I think we are almost in business. There we go. Oh. Oh. Let me grab it. There we go. There we are. That looks like the correct type of wing. Where's the one that will let me? I guess you. Yeah, there we go. Now that looks like the Saturn 1B. Look at that. Look at that. That almost looks like the real rocket. They had these fins are really big. They were really big. Yeah, it's about there, I think. Looks about right. Close enough, at least. And then surface, white. Section, white. Trailing edge, white. Leading edge, white. White. There we go. Alright, and then we have our coupling. I think just our engines. Which do we have, like, structural engine plate? Block? No. I think we have boat tail adapters. Yeah, boat tail adapter, there you go. Boat tail adapter hollow ring, that's what we'll use. So we need 8 engines. Okay. Why won't this even go in here? Because I gotta spin it upside down. There we go. Okay. That works. Alright, let's shove the engines up in there. Maybe that's a bit too... Yeah, maybe it's a bit too long. Let's go 1 meter. 1.5. Alright, where are those H1 engines? And then we can finally give this thing a test flight. Where are those H1s? Those RZs again. 9 LR105, we don't want you. Russian engines. Silly Russian engines. French engine. Oh, H1D series. H1 is an upgrade to the original. Oh, cluster of engines. Outboard and a cluster of engines. Inboard and a cluster of engines. What was the engine? H1 is looking to us. It's a model Delta rockets. Okay, so that's for the Delta. We don't want that one. So the D and C series are what we want. What was the engine layout? Because it said it had 8 engines. Oh yeah, that is very interesting, actually. Okay, I was not expecting it to look like that. Okay. Okay. And these engines are either smaller than I would have imagined, as well. Okay, well let's remove the fairing. Let's get that out of here. Do we have? I think we have a Saturn 1B mount that we can use. So, do we have? So we can just use this, I think. And then say we want mount, select mount, S2, S1C. No? I mean, it looks sort of like that. I don't need sphere. Intersplit, no, I don't really need that. Okay, we don't have an Saturn 1B mount. Okay. We have an S2 mount, an S4B mount, an S1C mount. Which, okay, fair enough. We won't use that. Let's undo all that. And let's get back to what we had. Because I think that's probably going to be closest to what we actually want. Yeah, that. Alright. One more, Control C. Oh no, we went too far. Okay. 3, what was it, 3? There we go. Okay. So, these are for... Okay. Inboard. So these are the 4 inboard engines. And then this is H1D. And these are the 4 outboard engines. So yeah, that's how it does its thing. Which is interesting. It's an interesting engine layout, that's for sure. It's very interesting. But I think that'll probably be good for what we need, at least. Yeah, it shows the ones on the outside being slightly angled out, so maybe we can do something with that. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, just like tick these 1 degree out, so that way they have that slight, or it wasn't even that far degreed out. It was like, yeah, it has like the engines ever so slightly angled out. Alright, that doesn't change the angle. I can slide them in. I thought it would. Okay. So yeah, I'll do that. Do that. That. And then we'll just clip them into the bit above a little bit. There we go. There we is. And then we'll get our fairing on that. And then I think that's good. Only one fairing node. There we go. So that's all covered up. You won't ever see that. Now we just fill them with the fuel they like. Alright. H1D. So go around and fill up all these tanks. Oh wait, are they oh, I also gotta change them all to refined aluminum grid. Refined aluminum grid. Refined aluminum. Refined. Refined. Okay, and this is the symmetry. These don't though. Oh, do the ones with symmetry automatically get fueled? Okay. And then fill. Fill? Yeah, those already have fuel in them. So I just have to fill up the black tanks. Because the white ones are already full. Okay. Fill. Okay, there we go. Those are all full. There's a structural tank. Fill this with fuel for the J2. Okay. And then we are 588 tons, so we're actually below my 700-ton launch pad, which is good. So, controllable mass, 600 tons. Electric charge amount, I don't know. 10,000 is usually decent. And then I don't really need any additional tank volume. Wow, that is a very tiny avionics. You can barely see it. But there we go, there's our avionics. And there's our Saturn 1B. So we can go ahead and give this a test flight once I check my staging. Actually, let's build the launch tower. Yeah, let's build the launch tower. So I don't know. We're gonna definitely need the stand. The milk stool. I think there is a dedicated one. These are like... Yeah, that might be the right one right there. Although that seems a bit... 1.5 meter. You need something for 3 tall. Yeah, that's about... No, that's small. There's got to be one that's like the right size. I'm sure of it. Where's the Saturn V tower parts? Do we not have them yet? Do I not have the Saturn V tower parts yet? Possibly. I might need to still research them. Because I know we have Saturn V towers parts in this game. But I don't see it. Which makes me think I have yet to research the Saturn V tower parts. Oh no, there we go. There's Saturn. Oh, there's Saturn tower stuff. Okay. Saturn launcher base. Okay. I need the milk stool. Size too tall? Yeah, that's too small. That's also kind of too small, this one. That one's also kind of too small. I need the Saturn 1B milk stool. Oh, there we go. Saturn launcher milk stool. Found it. Saturn milk stool stand? Which one is it? Is it that one? The milk stool, as it was named, was a stand to launch the Saturn 1B to use the Saturn V launch umbilical tower. The 3 Skylab crews and the Apollo CSM for Apollo Soyuz were launched from LC-39 with the milk stool. Reality was a gray color, but red is also available as an alternative. Standalone. Okay. So I think this is the one we want. Yeah, I think that's the one we want. Yeah, because it holds on to all the fins. So the fins are like the structural points, and it holds on to them. You see how that works? You see how that works? All right. So we'll get you all the way up here. And this is where we're making use of a lot of the size in the VAB. There we go. So we're going to attach that. Okay, now we're going to bring you back down. Goodness, look how much space there is. There's so much space. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I want to put it like there, I think. Right? No? Probably not. Oh yeah, if I turn on the floor of the VAB, that is not what I want to do. How far can I zoom out? About that far, okay. So I'll get it to about that height so it doesn't glitch out with the floor anymore. There, I think that's good. So now we can start adding the fun bits. Like the section floor. No, wait. I'm getting confused. Shuttle launcher SRB. No, we're not doing shuttle. Saturn 1B launch stand? Oh, the original launch for the Saturn 1B. Oh, because the milk stool was used for the 3 Skylab missions, and the prior missions used the 1B stool. LC-3437. Okay, so we're not using the milk stool then, because that's gonna be later. Okay. See, bit of history I didn't know. So yeah, the Saturn 1B launched on its own launch pad, which we actually already have this launch pad tooled and stuff and built for the Titan Centaur, because it's about this heavy. So that'll be fine. But then once we build the Saturn V, I guess you would just stop using the other pad and just you use the Saturn V infrastructure. But then you build the giant little tower for it to go on, and that's what the milk stool is. But yeah, we're just using the launch stands for now, because reasons, I guess. Also, those clamps are literally... Okay, ring setup, maybe go 2 times alt, 4x, 4x alt. That's all just in the fins. I guess we can turn those off. Maybe the fins are supposed to go somewhere else, I'm not sure. Arm spread adjust. Oh, I think we can 4x, and then, no, I can just move them forward and back. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I can move them forward and back. Move them forward and back. Do I need to rotate this? Maybe I need to, I mean, if I did it like that, that makes sense. Possibly. And maybe I just need to adjust the fins a little bit. Maybe they're a little bit, maybe my fins are a little bit intrusive. We can bring them up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That way they're not causing so much of a problem. Alright, alright. Looks good. Looks great. I love it. Okay. So now what do we do? So now we need the Saturn 1B stand tower pedestal. So that would be, go here. Does that go there? Probably. Okay, and then we build the Saturn 1B tower on top of that. Working ladder. Oh, neat. Okay, so now I build the tower on top of that. Okay. Saturn 1B tower. Just a shuttle tower. We have some cool like shuttle rotating surfaces and stuff. Static test stands, which are pretty neat. We can static fire some engines with those. You know, all kinds of cool launch things. Yeah. Also, it's sort of like a Lego set that needs to be put together. Saturn modular tower. That's way too big. I think we probably just use general tower. Maybe we can find a slightly bigger general service tower. Too big. There we go. Medium. There we go. Yeah, medium tower will work. You turn off the tower base because we already have the base from the pedestal. And then we can just build this up to about there. There we go. And then put like a little tapper on top. Front only, all off. Front left, front right. Oh, I guess I could have built that out of these. Oh. Well, I feel silly. Don't I feel silly? Oh, that doesn't. Oh. Well, then I feel silly twice. There we go. Oh, dear. Okay. And we have a general crew arm. Of the swing variety. With a general. No, that's not a crew arm. Houston. Okay, we got. I mean, there's good umbilicals. Yeah, general swing arm medium. That's good. There's goods. We like those. Okay, so we put one down here. And then we adjust it Oh, right. Well, they go the other way. Right, the tower's supposed to be rotated. So that, you know, the things are on the side where the rocket is. I think. I think that's how that works. Not a professional, though. Couldn't tell you. But I think you want the bits to be where the rocket is. So, like, you'd go like that. Yeah. So the bits are where the rocket is. And then you can attach the arms. So we'll attach, like, our oxygen arm there. Maybe our hydrogen there. And then more oxygen. More hydrogen. And then we just need a crew arm. Arm length adjust. There we go. Bam. 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 There we go. Those are our little swing umbilicals. And then we just need the crew arm. We have the Saturn Tower crew arm, which probably makes the most sense. Yeah, I don't know. This was crew, right? A large launch stand installed after the concrete stool used at the original for Saturn 1 and 1B rockets. Swing arm. I am so confused. What bit do I use? General Service Tower. I like how there's Falcon 9 stuff in here, even though, like, you'd be really hard-pressed to get all the way to Falcon 9. Not saying it's not possible. Just saying good luck. There we go. We'll put the lightning rod on top, because it just makes sense to have that. And then... Oh, these are crew elevator sections. Oh. Yeah, that'd probably make more sense than the tower we have. Yeah, crew elevator. So the crew can go up. Okay, sorry, old tower. We're using crew elevator. Small base. Can we do medium crew elevator? Large. Extra large. Oh yeah, we can do the medium or the large crew elevator. Okay. Saturn truss style. There we go. Let's make it red. Just to make it feel good. And then the panels on the left. Car height adjust. Oh, there's the car. There's the elevator car. Elevator car up. Elevator car down. Lower security gate. That's cool. Alright. So then we do crew elevator section. That's a mini crew elevator. Houston. Crew elevator large section. We do crew access? No. Tower core. We'll go 10 to 15 meters up. We'll make it red. Saturn truss style. Pipes. All on. All the pipes. Elevator shaft. Yes, we want that. Side panels. Left only. Just to protect from the rocket blast. Side nodes on. And then crew armor attached. No, we don't want that yet. And then bop. That on top. We'll do 10 meter tall. And yes, we want the front thing on. And crew access. No, I don't think we want that yet. Yeah, we kind of want... Okay, we kind of want 7.5 and then another little bit. Like another like 2.5. And then that can have the crew access. Yeah, that can have crew access. This doesn't need the front node. Yes, that looks fine to me. And actually add an idea too that we can do. Yeah, that looks good. As the pipes go up, we'll have all pipes. Then left and back. Wait, I don't know. All pipes. Left and back. And then just back only. And then up here, all the pipes off. Because, you know, you wouldn't run the pipes all the way up. You know. You see? Look, so the pipes, as they run, look, these pipes here, they stop. We don't need them anymore. Same with those pipes. It didn't really work how I thought it would, it seems. Oh, backside only. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better. That looks better. Because we don't bother running the pipes all the way up. These are pipes for certain things. These are pipes for other things. Yeah. Pipes. Pipes. Alright. So, crew. No, what tower are we using? We're using a different tower. This one. Generals. No, not those ones. Crew elevator. So what? Crew elevator small top. Crew elevator large top. There we go. So this goes on top of here. It's our lightning rods. Red. Alright. And then crew elevator large side extension? Oh. Snap. What does that do? What the? Walls. Huh. What is that for? Hatches. Oh, to like create walkways and stuff. Okay. Well, there we go. Crew access arm, large mount. So we can put this right here. Yes. That works, methinks. Oh yeah, I think I need to rotate that, actually. No, I rotated the entire tower, didn't I? No, I just wanted to rotate the top of the tower. No, it didn't. There we go. And then there it is. That's how you get to the rocket ship. Why does it attach like... Okay, that's a better way of attaching. Slightly. Very moderately better way of attaching. So I will give you points. Okay. Horizontal adjust. We'll do that. Red. Read. Close tight. Ooh, fancy. Arm length. Oh no, 7.5 meters is perfectly good enough because we need to transfer airlock. Okay, interesting. Perfect, look at that. That reaches right up to where the capsule is supposed to be. And then if I just very carefully extend this. There we go, look at that. Look at that. Okay, and I just gotta rotate the rocket. Oh. Okay, hold on. I just gotta rotate the platform the rocket's sitting on. There we go. There we go. That didn't really that didn't really work. That kind of made a mess, didn't it? That kind of made a big mess. I kind of made a right big mess. Oh, my phone fell. You know what? I think if I take this off, I can then rotate the Apollo to line up with the tower. And then I can put this back into place. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Skills. Oh, why did that rotate? I didn't tell you to rotate. I didn't say you could rotate. Okay. Okay, remove that. And then just rotate Apollo. Good. It's good, Apollo. Okay, there. Good. Done. Done. Sorted. Yes. Okay. Good, good. Let's add the umbilicals now. Because we got some funny umbilicals. Crack this arm large mount. Crack this arm small mount. I think we just use these. Beam type swing. Yeah, these will work. So put one there. Put one there. I want to put more in, but there's no more. There's another attachment. Just slide you down. Oh, I changed the side panels, not the pipes. Whoops. Yep. That's what happened there. So do that. And then put him down there. Huh, okay. I think I did these towers the wrong way around. Yeah, because there's so many more nodes on this side. I think that's where I'm supposed to. I think that's supposed to be the side that faces the rocket. Methinks. Yeah, so like that. And then like that. Yeah, that makes way more sense than whatever I was doing. Okay. Ooh, the pipes don't line up now. Ugh. Hmm. Alrighty, I think I can figure that. Okay. That works. That works. Man, that took way longer than I would have liked it to, but hopefully we can get a launch test now. That'd be fun. But yeah, that took way longer than I would have liked to figure all that out. Alright. Perfect. Did I put that down? No, that doesn't make... Okay, let's put that there, and then... There we go. Alright. Look at those arms going into the rocket. Getting it all juiced up. Ready for this first flight. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get the stages sorted. Save. So, first stage, we want to light all the big engines at the bottom. Yep, there they are. So first we light those. Then that. That. Okay. Oh, oh, uh-oh. 1, 2. And then again. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Actually, I could then the crew arm. Where's the crew arm? Oh, I guess that gets subtracted earlier, so that's fine. Alright, so now we're off. Next up is staging. So we'll want the J2 and the fairings and the SRBs and the separator to all go. This will never go. So I'm going to fairing decoupler off. Okay, yeah, and then I guess it's that. Followed by, yep, you getting your engines and your thing. I guess that blows off the side door. Okay, we can put that up there. What's this? Oh, that's the shroud. Or no, that's the command module? That's why is it have a staging? I've never seen a capsule on the staging icon before. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so there we go. Got that. I guess abort system should go probably pretty soon after S4B. Yeah, and then those get deployed. Then we have those. Yep. And then... Oh, yeah, make sure those go at the same time. Okay, I see how that works. And then that. And then we have... Drogue shoot. U plus drogue. Then main. And then I think I'll just do whatever these are manually. Oh, this could be turning descent mode on. Which, if that's the case, yeah, we'll have that go there. Alright. Alright, let's give the Saturn 1B its first flight test. Delta V looks good. Alright. Delta V looking good. Simulate. Simulating Saturn 5. No, Saturn 5. Saturn 1B. This is the 1B. The one to be. The one to be. The Saturn 1B. Alright, there we go. We got our 2 crew. Usually there'd be 3, but we don't judge. We don't judge. Okay. Sent. Just 200 by 200 is fine. And make sure, yeah, that we're not going to roast ourselves on a set there. So you guys saw my last video, you know, all about the booster pitch shenanigans that we were having. Alright. Here we go. Target is unreachable. What do you mean target is unreachable? It should throttle up the thing automatically. Target is unreachable. Now, what could it possibly mean by that? Guidance. Let's see, options. Guidance. Go. Guidance does not go, apparently. Auto stage. Stop at stage 1. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much using all our stages. I mean, I guess you could stop at stage 6, basically. Stop at stage 6. What, it's just a 200 by 200 kilometer orbit. Fine, do you want to... What type of orbit do you want? You want a 300 by 300? We can do a 300 by 300. That's absolutely fine. No, what do you mean target? You know what? If you want something done right, do it yourself. Alright, this totally won't go wrong at all. Actually, maybe just in case it does, we can test the abort system. So, where's the action groups thing? There it is. Edit action groups. Abort. Take the abort tower. Ooh, toggle LES canards. Okay. Activate escape motor. Okay, this is pretty advanced. And then decouple. Alright, so that's what's gonna happen if we hit abort. Alright, here we go. This will totally not end up going horribly wrong. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Wait. Wait, it's still holding on to it. It's still holding on to it. Oh, there it goes. He's free. He's free. He's free. He's free. He's a happy rocket, and he's going to space today. Oh my goodness. There he goes. Oh my gosh. There he goes. Well, I can tell the rocket definitely works. The rocket definitely flies. Boosh. Off we go into the space nest. Oh, that's the command module forward heat shield. Okay, now that goes when that comes. Right? I think so. I'm not sure. I think that might go there. Like that. That might be the right staging. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know why Ascent Guidance was being special. Maybe because I still had that crew arm extended. It knew. I swear, MechJeb has like a sixth sense when it comes to that sort of thing. It knows. Anyway, here we go. We are go for staging of the Svorby very soon, I think. Right? Because we got Delta V. Since we got 4,000 Delta V, but I don't think... Yeah, no, that's gone. Oh. Okay, yeah, that didn't go. So we probably need to ullage first and then light. So this means abort. I think. I think this calls for the abort. We just aborted. We just pulled the abortion. Activate jettison motor. Oh. Activate pitch motor. Decouple. Oh. Bye. Bye, have a great time. Do we have any sort of like way to orient ourselves properly? Possibly. We're possibly fine. Oh, that's what the capsule's for. The capsule's for our RCS. Okay, orbit, retrograde. Or actually surface. Yeah, surface velocity. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That'll work. That'll do nicely. Okay, we probably should... Okay, we're pulling some G's. That's fine. Once we stabilize our speed, we can pull the drogues. Okay, so our speed is stabilized. We can pull the drogues. Arm the drogues. So yeah, there goes the forward heat shield. So now that exposes all our parachutes. So the drogues are armed and ready to roll. Oh, it's Neptune over there. Very cool. We are falling rapidly. We are rapidly we are still at like quite a few meters up. So let's get a little bit lower, I think. Yeah, there go the drugs. Okay, so there are drugs. They're pretty fun. We like them when they say hi. And when they do their drug parachute things. Okay, and now they're gone, so now we deploy the mains. There they are. And that slows us down even more. Would you look at that? Yeah, what are all the things we got? Part, command, control. We got all sorts of things. Well off, sensors, science. We got science? Oh my goodness, we got so much science. So much science and discoveries. Also, let's take a look inside. Oh, wow. Honestly, except for like the low poly image, not bad. Not bad as an inside of the castle. The Kerbals are so small compared to the human-sized seats. That's fun. Parachutes! Parachutes! Oh, man. If you guys have seen my reentry video on Apollo, you'll know that's, you know. I mean, you know, it's accurate. It's just not. It's very low res, very low res. But that's fine. You spend most of the time out here anyway. So who really cares what the inside looks like? Sploosh. Let's see. Is Apollo? Oh, backflip. Yep. The good old Apollo backflips. Apollo backflips. You'd love to see it. Well then, I think we're done. Yeah, I think that's pretty good when it comes to the Saturn. The 1B. Oh, I don't know if we have nearly enough Delta V as they think we do. Huh. Yeah, I think that's the issue, is our Delta V is a little bit off on this rocket. Oh yeah, because the burn time is way too long on these guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So I'll probably have to mess around with that. At least the rocket looks good. I'll have to fine tune and make sure everything works properly for the video. But yeah, at least the rocket works. So we can go ahead and save that. And I mean, from the bottom here, we can just add on the other bits. But I want to build the Apollo lunar module. So let's see. Which one? So we have this guy. Oh, doesn't he look cool? So we got this Apollo lunar module, and then we got this one. Oh yeah, this is like the bare. Okay, I think we want to use the. I think we want to use this one, because then we add all the parts to it. Yes, yes. This is the one we want to use because we add all the bits to it. All right, so we add the lunar module ascent engine, the LeMay. These are going to do the same thing. Which one looks better, though? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just the engine bell you're going to see. Yeah. There you go. Lunar module ascent engine. All right. It's already got RCS built into it, so we don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about any of that. Docking, yeah, it gets the drogue right in there. No landing, no ground, no thermal, no electricity. It does get the scimitar antenna, but that's on the other page. Okay. Get that here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So where does this go? Where does the scimitar antenna go? Lunar module. Okay. So that's what the antenna actually looks like. Interesting. Does it go on like the back here? Or did it go on the front? I don't think it goes on the front. Yeah, the spot was marked out for it, so I don't know. I guess I should pull up a reference image. Okay, I don't know where that would go actually, so I'm gonna hold off on placing that for now. We're just gonna do all the other bits. Like the landing legs. The descent stage. Oh, we have a coupling. Right, Apollo LM decoupler. So that goes there. And then we can put the descent stage on. There we go. There we go. And then do we have to add, yeah, Apollo LM legs. Chuck the legs on there. There we go. I know I say there we go a lot, but just look at it. Whoa. Recolor. Extend. Basic. Ladder. Oh, ladder. Basic. Okay, so I have to remove this one from symmetry. Give this one the ladder. Right. Ladder, no porch. Contact probe. No leg. Where'd the leg go? Okay, so I think the contact probe one was in the back here, right? Or did all the other ones have contact probes? I forget. I feel like Hmm. Yeah, no, it was the one in the back that had the contact probe. Yeah, so this guy in the back had the contact probe. Oh, I had to remove some symmetry again. And these guys were just regular legs. There we go. So we got our ladder up front, we got our contact probe in the back, and then we got our regular legs. All right. Let's get our lunar module ascent engine, or descent engine. Said it wrong. Deeply throttleable, pressure-fed engine. And I think that's all the bits, except for that antenna, which I don't have any idea where that goes. Oh, this is important. Yeah, the stowage assembly. That went right here, I believe. Oh yeah, just right in there. See it, that just attached right there. And then we can deploy that, and that's our little camera that recorded the first steps on the moon right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Slug variant. J-class. Plume defectors. H-class, J-class. Huh. Interesting. Extend the antennas. There we go, I got the antennas extended. Look at that. Module scimitar antenna location. Okay, so it says the antennas are only used during initial flights. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So they phased them out later. Because they didn't need them. Alright. Yes, I think it goes probably like right there. From what I can tell. No, wait. The front face close to the right-hand side window. Front face close to the right-hand window. So probably like right over here, if I were to guess. But yeah, they phased them out later, so they didn't really have a permanent spot for them. Huh. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. It was... Okay, never mind. It's shown on the back here. So the AI overview didn't know what it was talking about. Or no, wait. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Cool. So yeah, the antenna went right here. Right, or literally right there. And it was just uncovered like that. So that's our antenna right there. And eventually these were phased out because they were no longer needed. But the ones on the command module stayed. But they phased out the ones... Yeah, because once they proved they were operational, they didn't need the antennas anymore. But yeah, they were on both the both spacecraft. Oh yeah, there it is. I can see it like literally right there in that image. Neat. Oh, that shows it like on the face of it. Like right here. Interesting. So there was multiple locations for him. Very interesting. I guess we could try that too. Yeah, it was like literally just like right here on like Apollo 5. Yeah, right there on Apollo 5. Very interesting. And like the shape of it is interesting too. It's a scimitar antenna. Yeah, it doesn't look like an antenna, but it is. So that is pretty cool. Anyway, there we go. I think that's all we needed to do with the thing. Again, I'll configure life support and all that off camera, and I'm sure you guys don't really care about that at all. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and build the big rocket. Let's build the big rocket. Lunar set module. Hello, welcome. Alright, well there we go. I just finished the lunar descent module. Yeah. Womp womp. Well, I didn't realize you were on. I thought you were still asleep. That's why I messaged you. I didn't want you to miss it. Okay. Okay. So you saw me build the Saturn 1B then. Okay. Oh, no. That's not the right thing. Saturn 1B. Load. Okay. There we go. So yeah, we can just take the So yeah, one thing I learned was that yeah, the milk stool wasn't used until after the Apollo program. Yeah, the Saturn 1B had its own launch tower, sort of like this, I guess. The milk stool was only used after the Apollo program for the Skylab missions. But anyway, I don't either. Yeah, yeah. So they're just like, yeah, we'll just reuse the tower. We'll build the funny stand. Anyway, we're just gonna take the top of this because the top of this is basically all we need, and then just go from the bottom here. So we already got the S4B done. So do this, and this shouldn't take too long because we actually already have Saturn V parts. So just take this tank. Oh, what in the world? Okay, no, S2. There we go. S2. Make it big. Make it big. Make very big. Something tells me we're gonna need the to remove the walls of the VAB. Something tells me this is gonna be a big rocket. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's grab some J2 engines. There they are. Think so? S2, MS2, MS2-2, oh, what? What? What the, okay. Recolor, no USA. No USA. I also wasn't sure about the difference between the S4B and the S4B 200. No idea what the difference of those two is. Also, I don't think the Saturn V has the USA stickers up there. So just move this. Select mount. Okay, no, we're fine. Okay. Just on the plate here. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh yeah, I see the Oh yeah, I can actually see the pipes here where they're supposed to connect to. All right. So let's rotate this guy so that he's lined up with those pipes. Get right on in there. Hmm. Ah. What's the other engine? Oh, here we go. First three. Yeah, I don't know. These J2s are... Yeah, it seems like they're not really fitting where the J2s need to fit. Which is odd. 5 powered the S2 stage? Yep. Yeah, for this S4B. I mean, hold on, maybe it's not. Hold on, what was the diameter of the Saturn V? What was the diameter of the S4B? Okay. Okay, so that's why. Because I only have this set to 6 meters, so this needs to be all the way up to 10. There you go. Oh yeah, and then oh yeah, I forgot there's also the taper in between the S4B. Yeah, so because there's 2 tapers. So there you go. So that's the reason. I'll have to fix this taper. Yeah, I didn't. I forgot there was another taper. So yeah, let's base size, crank this up to 10, and there we go. Now we have that shape there. There's a different. Let me grab my model. What am I doing? Oh yes, I have perfectly good model to look at now. Ah. Ooh. Pain. Life is pain. Okay, I don't really want that at the bottom though. Maybe yeah, just the regular S4B color is what I want. Yeah, so I guess in the S4B 200 was probably the exclusive to the other 1B, other rocket. Blech. And I don't know if these were the actual solid rocket boosters that were shoved in here, but these seem like the right size, so I'm just shoving those in there. Yep. Why is that not... Oh, because there's only two. There's only two. Oh, okay. Well, the other S4B version had more. Yeah, the 200, which again I'm guessing is the 1B S4B. It probably needed... I don't know. I was gonna say it probably needed more ullage because it was heavier, but then again, this is lighter. Or this is gonna be heavier because you got the lunar module in here too. Which we could try and shove that into here maybe. Let's see. Let's increase the height. Yeah. Let's see if we can shove the lunar module into here. Open. Yeah. Save and continue. Luna. There you go. There it is. I'm gonna zoom all the way in. Takes forever. Of course it's... Okay, never mind. Of course it's being glitchy with me. It's not letting me place it. I know how to get around that. It's just annoying. Alright. Alright. That's fine. I can't quite get the pattern right on that, I don't think. Whatever. Yeah. That's fair. Alright. J2. Yeah, there we go. Look how nicely that fits in the hole now. That fits very nicely in that hole. That's what she said, Houston. Bruh. There, I think about that. Wow, I didn't see it. I didn't see that hole in the backyard. Well, I didn't see any new holes in the backyard, so... Okay. Wow. 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 Like in the... Okay. There There we go. Lining up these J2s. Come on, J2s. You know you want to be part of this rocket. It's what you were built to be to do. This was your destiny. And you are destined to fail on Apollo 13. Sorry, buddy. You know why they shut down the center J2 early on Apollo launches? You know why they do that? Yep, to help with oscillations. It's the same kind of pogo oscillations that the Starship was having trouble with. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Would you do that? Just like. Yeah, which isn't ideal. Oh, I just realized this should be a instead of me doing the fairings like this should be like an inner stage type thing, shouldn't it? Well, then let's do the inner stage then. Let's do the inner stage. Let me get to see this a bit higher. Oh, highlighter module. And then we'll just, there we go. Perfect. Oh. Hey, J2s, you don't belong down here. Get out. All of you, get out. Alright, so let's get that on there. Okay. Oh, I don't need these. It's very big. It's very big. Like your mother. Oh no. How sad. Yeah, you did. You did start lift flight last night. You did, didn't you? Does you regret? I has no regrets. Okay, so structural tank. Coupling. Structural. So I need to make a hollow cylinder with an outer diameter of 10 meters and an inner diameter of 9.999999 and a length of oh, that much. There we go. So there's our inner stage. Oop, we only need one.
Any children? Nine including heirs.
There, yeah, there's our inner stage. Let's see if we have a. There we go. Perfect. It's like you wouldn't even know there's something wrong. You. What do you mean? What do you mean? You can't tell the difference. It looks fine.
No. Yeah, now I can't tell the difference. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's a Sand 5.
I honestly don't know. I mean, maybe I can change this to like dark gray. No, it's not dark enough. Black. Oh yeah, there you go. This is like black paint. There you go. Oh, this is the right color. Alright, that's the right color. I know it doesn't have like the ribbed stringer texture, but it's kind of hard for. Yeah, I know my streams are delayed. I have delayed streams. Your mom had a delayed stream last night. It means I'm getting better with the jokes. Or getting worse with them. There we go. And then I have to, and there. Yep. Alright, there we go. And there's the separators in there to, do things. And then where are the, Oh wait, aren't the separator motors on the inner stage? Isn't that, like, where the ullage motors are? So we should get... Yeah, we added the ones on the S2. Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, at least we at least need ullage somehow, because otherwise these engines won't light. So maybe I can. I could just take these small radially mounted motors and just chuck those like on up top here. That might be enough. That might be enough to get what I need to get done. Like, I wish we had actual, like, Saturn, like actual inner stages. We have these D2 inner stages. For the D2 spacecraft, but I wish we actually had, like, Saturn V inner stages, like, as a piece. F1. Nope, that's not the F1. I search F1 and it gives me every engine that's not at the F1. There's the F1. Alright. There's one F1. Oh, look at that. And I like how it... Oh, there we go. Look. That's nice. It gives me little things so I know the correct orientation of each engine. And where they belong. So right about there for all them. No, get out of the way, Delta V. I'm sure this rocket has enough. I mean, I haven't added any of the fuel yet. But there we go. I think that's all that needed to be done. Saturn 5. Alright. Let's build. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and fuel it up. So real fuels. Make sure this is a refined aluminum tank. And we'll fill the F1. Make sure this is also a refined aluminum tank. And we'll fill the J2. And then you should already be filled. We make sure you're a refined aluminum tank. And fill the J2. Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay, how much did it weigh in real life? Do we know? I feel like we would have to know, right? Okay. The mass in the game is 3,496 tons. And I only have a 700-ton launch pad. How many?
8 million kilos, that's 2,800 tons.
Okay, so mine's a bit heavier. Mine's a bit heavier. Well, I don't know. Is the thrust weight ratio even going to be good? Oh yeah, no, mine doesn't even have enough thrust weight ratio. Oh no. What's wrong with my Saturn V? Why is it fat?
How dare you call the Saturn V fat?
Well, mine's 500 tons overweight. Hey, Werner built the other one, and he was also, well, actually he wasn't American, so maybe that explains it. He wasn't American. Oh wait, I realized what my mistake was. Fill the F1. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where it all went downhill. And by the way, just this is not realistic at all, but look how small the avionics portion is. That's the actual avionics block, is this tiny little sliver.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very tiny.
That's sad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm technically using mature avionics, but I don't know. I feel like that's, yeah. It's not like I'm using modern avionics. But yeah, it's interesting. Okay. Well, what type of tanks did the Saturn V use then?
I'll tell you, it was not an M1A2 Abrams.
Lithium.
It's only 3 knots a tower, which is I'm happy. Well, we can have it.
Didn't make it much lighter.
I can't adjust my star because yeah.
Oh. Maybe everything was fine, and I was just being a bit of a silly. Yeah. Let's check out the stage. Let me check my staging, and then
Australia's rocket company.
yeah. I know. The thing is, the reason it wasn't giving me the max thrust rate ratio, and why it was saying the thrust rate ratio wasn't quite right, is because I was only lighting 4 of the F1 engines. So now it has enough beams. I think it's still probably heavier because if you said the real one's 2.8 thousand tons.
Yeah. 2.8 kilotons.
Yeah.
Not of TNT. Holy crap! I just realized. I think Hiroshima was about that much. How many? Let me see. TNT was Hiroshima. 15 kilotons. Okay.
Okay, so like that. Good. That should go. All right, how much longer till you're landing?
10 minutes. I am at
Okay,
2,200 feet.
I'm gonna start building the. I'm gonna rapidly start building the launch pad then. Might be able to catch the launch and then have to land.
No, take your time on it because or I can stream that from here.
Yeah, you guys want to see Alex land an airplane?
Specifically, my livery A380.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit rainy. Temperature.
Okay. Saturn V. Okay. Saturn V modular tower base. Saturn V modular tower base square. Oh wait, no, it doesn't go there. Saturn V modular tower core section. Three X section? 6X section? How many sections of these do we have? Modular tower crew section, top section. I don't think the tower's tall enough. Yeah. Double height? Double height? Three? Four? 10? Was it 10? Was it 10 tall?
I don't know. I know about the Saturn 5, not the,
Not the tower? You don't know anything about the tower?
I know that there was 9 umbilical arms.
You know that there was a tower.
Yeah.
I know. So, did the Saturn V, did it have a tower? Yes, I know that. I know that at least.
Sorry,
Okay, it isn't. It's not. It's not tall enough.
oh my god, I'm pretty my battery drained right now.
Okay, angle-based section of the model tower. 2 color options. Turned off.
How stormy this night.
Bonk. I was focusing on hitting the thing with the crew arm. Trying to line up the crew arm with the capsule. Trying to build the big tower. Big tower. Big tower.
Big tower, big tower.
Big tower.
Secret tunnel that no one should ever know about.
This is our secret tunnel.
It's our big rocket, big rocket.
Shh, nobody's supposed to know about the rocket. Why are you telling them about the rocket? Nobody's supposed to know about this rocket.
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, about to land.
Noise. There you go. Apollo, you face that way. Good, Apollo.
Glad so cool.
Okay. Let's add the Saturn Lightning Tower mast. Bam.
Miles, 3,000 kilometers.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized I should have been landing in Florida. Because, yeah, you're launching from Florida, so, I mean,
I got big crane.
oh, that's pretty cool. Bye-bye. Bro, my internet died.
Noise.
Spoilers up.
Hmm.
I didn't have to use a single spot of spoilers for the entire landing. Spin, spin. Alright, beyond. And gear down.
The time is now for the Saturn V to fly.
Oh, come on. I'm literally like less than a million mile away.
Okay, I'll wait, I'll wait, I'll wait. I'm still looking for a couple parts. Oh yeah, there we go. Missed these. These are kind of important.
Go ahead. Touchdown. And for some reason my FPS has dropped to about 2 or 3.
Hmm. That is
It's so
enough.
I've just steered off the runway.
Rip.
I'm now in the grass.
Rip.
Oh no, I'm back on the runway.
Nothing happened. That's what I always say. Nothing happened.
Oh my god, why is my FPS suddenly like 0?
Okay.
There we are. Fuck.
Nice, nice,
Alright,
nice.
one sec. FPS is now closed. It's what about myself? Alright, I'm staging.
Okay. Um. Why is that slightly? I guess I'll just offset it. Because it's not quite the right height. There. Close enough. Alright.
Is this it?
I think so. We'll do the full shebang here. Let me just... do that. Alright. And we will Kerbals. I'll put them in the tower instead. We'll put the 3 brave Kerbals in the tower. And then we will select... let's see. LC36A?
No.
Which one? 36B?
39A.
39A. Okay. I forget, okay? There you go. Open base. Set as launch site. Simulate. Simulate. And now, because MechJeb wasn't really working, I'm going to hand fly this. So, we'll see how well that goes. I mean, MechJeb had a good reason not to work last time, so.
Have you made your sacrifices to one?
Oh, let me go do that real quick. Added Joe, come here. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's lagging. It's lagging. I can't rotate. What in the world? It's. I literally have no control over the camera. EVA. Why can't I rotate the camera? Camera's broken. For it to launch. Okay, there we go. All right. So get in. So go. Get in the elevator. Elevator up. Elevator up. So now the elevator should be at the top. EVA. No. Let's see. Oh. Maybe I broke the elevators. Hold up. Technical difficulties. I think I figured out I think I know what I did wrong with the elevators. I think I know what I did wrong with the elevators. I broke them so bad. Man, we're almost at 4 hours of streaming. Oh my gosh, look at this thing in the VAB. This is why you gotta do that. I know the stream's behind. You'll see. You'll see what I mean when it happens.
I have my sacrifice ready.
All right. Oh, why did it do that? Now, why would you do that? You silly rocket. Sorry, my Saturn V is being a little silly. It's being a little goofy. It's being a little silly Billy, yep. Alright. So I think here, when I do the elevator, car height adjust, I want to adjust it so that the elevator car heights go there. I think. So like 74. I set them to 0, and I don't think they were basically going no height at all. So I think that's what I do. All right. Save. Simulate. Simulate. It's 1 a.m. So, all right, there we go. And look, it's in the proper position this time. Oh, all right. So they're already at the top. Go ahead and waddle your way onto the rocket. Oh, this is a bit awkward. Okay, no, that's fine. Feel like you need some epic music playing for just Alex. This could be you. This Kerbals name is Alex Taylor. This could be you getting on the rocket right now. Don't worry, I tested it. I tested it. The abort system does work. Oh, 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 oh. Get in the freaking... Get in the hatch. There we go. Alright. He was fine. He was fine. Don't worry about it. But that's funny. You get to hear my voice in real time, but then you get to watch the drama unfold. A little bit. It's fine. It's fine. We won't worry about it. Okay, I got one more guy to walk on over, and it's the scientist. Oh. Okay, Brian, you are living life on the edge a little bit here. All right, there you go. Should we try sync guidance? Maybe a sync guidance will work. All right, it's working. Oh yeah, let me rapidly fix my staging. Okay, ready. And that's where we're gonna end it for the stream, guys. Thank you guys for watching.
I just saw what happened. Oh dear.
Yeah, I got some problems to figure out. It looks like, but it's getting late, so. Okay, it's time to get out of here. I'm gone. I'm gone. Never